Casey. I know you're
Hello.
here. Hello, my friend. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are
You-
you?
I'm wonderful. You know those people that you meet and you know that you could just be friends with them if they live closer with you? Like
Yeah.
that's one of the feelings I'm getting right now. And I'm like, oh,
I know it's so funny because that's literally why I'm here because I'm like, I don't know, I'm just so
really?
drawn to her in such a like I don't a weird way. I'm like, I'm just so drawn. I can't say no. Here I am.
Well, that's why. Okay, you can watch all my stuff. That's not a normal thing that I lead in with. So like there's a reason for that. So also thank you for letting me be behind. My first client was having some issues getting connected and that just like all of my sessions
Oh
today are
yeah.
30 minutes. And so I don't have any time to like play catch up. So if somebody's like 2 minutes late, it just keeps
Yeah.
all the way down. So
Totally
real
fine.
quick, before we get into this, I want to
Yeah.
just real quick. I just want to look at your chart because I want to see
Okay.
why this is. Because my science, well, spooky brain kicks in, and I want to see what are the vibrations that you have and how does it match. So I'll tell you mine if you tell me yours. So my
I
birthday is
love it.
November 7th of '88. When is yours?
Mine is February 25th of 87.
Because you're a fucking Pisces. I got you. There's the first
Yeah.
part. All right.
Yes.
Okay. So of '87, and then
Yeah.
I was born in Houston, Texas. What about you?
I was born in Carlisle, Pennsylvania.
There, okay, all right. Pennsylvania is my favorite state outside of Texas, and it's
It's
just
a fun one.
Carisle.
It's Carlisle. It took me
Okay,
a second too. I'm like, "Wait."
I got it. I got it. No, no,
Carlisle.
no, you're good. Well, yeah, I've never spelled Carlisle, and then
Yeah, it's
hold
a weird
on.
one.
Let me peep. No wonder. All right. Yep, that makes sense. Okay, so you ready for this? You ready for
Yes, I'm
this?
so
Okay.
excited, yes.
So I know we want to channel, but this is kind of like part of it too. But I just want to give
Yeah,
you
yeah.
a little schmidge. So if you and I went and hung out together, we would learn a lot about each other through one another. Okay. And I'm not just saying that for funsies. So essentially, your sun sign, your outer personalities in Pisces. We already know what
Mhm.
that is. But then your moon, your emotional side, who you actually are, is an Aquarius. Okay. So you and I
Oh.
have, oh, wait, oh, it gets cooler. So you have the same thing I do, and what other people that can channel well have. And what is that? That's the cool combination of a water sign and an air sign being your two main ones. So, what does that
Oh.
mean? This means you are oddly emotional and feeling, but you can
Yeah.
take all of that and you can put it in your brain and you can turn it into words and stories and everything really, really well, essentially.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
you're a little bit different. We'll talk about why. So you would be a little bit more inward and I would be a little bit more outward. And we'll say as to why. But this means too, if you're channeling, what is channeling? It's getting emotions and feelings from spirit, and then you take that and you turn it into words. So you have to have that combination. Otherwise, you're just like, oh, I'm an empath and I don't know why I can't get all my feelings out. Well, that's what an all water sign person is. Okay. So the
Okay.
next thing though is that your moon, so I'm my sun signs in Scorpio and then my moon's in Libra. So we got the water and air thing. The next thing is your communication style is in Pisces, which is in a water sign. Mine is in Scorpio, so another one. So now we have the same boop, boop, boop.
Okay.
The thing that would be cool here is that if you and I were to hang out, we're going to interact or we're going to look at the world the same way, except I'm going to be a little bit more bold. And why do I say that? So if we went out to a restaurant, you would be like, "Oh, do you like this? Do you?" And I'd be like, "Oh, do you like this?" And maybe you would get your order and they would put something on it that's incorrect. Well, you would say, "Oh no, I'll keep it. It's fine." And I'd be like, "No, we paid for it. Get this shit off." Like, I love you. Thank you though. And it's because they're both in the same way, but it's different. So the next thing though is that your communication style, like I said, is in Pisces. So the thing that you need to work on is saying everything that you mean and not holding
Mm.
it back, because
Okay.
Pisces, my husband has this placement as well. They are huge into saying things in their brain, but they don't always say it out loud, or
Mhm.
they don't say things because they don't want to offend or even like strain a relationship in any way. Whereas
Yeah.
mine, I need to work on not being so fucking blunt. So we have this. That's what Scorpio does. They
I
would
need
go
some of
and
that.
Yes, well, and so that's where it pulls. I could learn your tact, you could learn my bluntness in a good way. The other
Yeah.
thing is that your love sign, how you want to be loved and how you give love in return, that is in Capricorn. So my base vibration is in that. So when you are loving
Oh.
it, you're just like, oh, there it is. So it's like hitting that. But this also means when your love sign is in Capricorn, when you love in a very practical way, and you
Mm.
love in a very homey, and homey is not being sloppy. Homey is like, I'm gonna make you a sick pack, and I'm going to
Yeah.
make sure that all of this is put together perfect. Like, I don't know how to put together a gift box to save my life, but you
Oh,
would
I'm
be
good
able
at
to
it.
do it.
I'm great at it. Yes.
I know, because that's what Capricorns do. They go in there and they make sure that everything is perfect. Mine would look like a disaster. So you are the person that gets the stuff done and plans it. I'm the person that creates like the crazy idea and says like, let's do this. How do we make it function? Like that's
Oh.
so
Mhm.
that would be that type of tandem pairing. The other thing too is, since you have an Aquarius, you need to be nerdy, you need to be quirky, you need to be
Yeah.
interesting. Your Pisces makes you very spiritual in a good way, but then your Capricorn makes you practical. And I think that's why you like my version of channeling, because it's not woo
Yeah.
woo rah rah, it's
Yeah.
practical.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's why. So you can digest it. The other thing too is that you would need to run your own business. If you're not running your own business out of your home, you're going to run your family like a business, which is great, or you're going to keep everything on task. This also means be very careful, because um you also have your Mars, your masculine side is in Taurus. And so people with Taurus in this placement are notorious for a few things. One, they like to wear this basket on their back and they walk around. And I want you to picture like all these peaches are on the ground around you, except these peaches are problems. And you like to go and pick them up and put them all in your basket. And you say, wow, I'm going to pick all these fucking peaches up. And then you go, why are all these peaches leaking? And you're like, they're terrible. Now I got to fix it. No, throw the peaches at the people that put them like took them off the ground. That's what you need to learn how to do. The
Yeah.
other thing with this as well is that they can tend to get super overwhelmed. You would gain most of your weight in your upper part of your body, because Taurus, especially in Mars, you gain it here. You can also have a hard time with sugar and bread, like more than
Mm.
most. How do I know? My husband has this. If I make biscuits, he eats like all of them. And I'm like, I'll have one. Okay. It's a thing. The other thing too is be very careful about thyroid and heart conditions,
Ooh,
like as you
okay.
get older, because you keep a lot of, or you can keep a lot, not only stress, but like it says visceral fat or cholesterol or whatever it is. That's just
Yeah.
dealing with this sign. The other thing
Okay.
too is, because you have a lot of Capricorn and you have Aquarius and you have Pisces and you have Taurus, these are all the signs that attract people that are very chaotic. And you
Oh,
can either
okay.
teach them how to be a better person, which in a kid thing, yes, or you end up becoming the enabler.
Mm. Yeah.
So don't do that.
Yeah. Yeah, that okay, good. Yep, no, that hit. Yep, good, good, good.
Uh-huh, and it's because people that are more chaotic, now it may not always be that you have somebody that has a sex addiction or a drug addiction, but maybe you end up meeting somebody or you date somebody that just seems to get a job and then drops it, get a job and then drops it, or just can't find their passion, right? But they're like 40. And it's because they know that you are this stable platform. You are Pride Rock from Lion King, and they are going to be Rafiki. And sometimes you need to kick Rafiki off because he needs to go find another fucking rock. And so that's what you have to learn. And then the other two things, well, I'm going to say three, is that your Jupiter, which is how you gain your luck in life, your superpower is in Pisces. That's where my
Okay.
North Node is. So you learning how to be more spiritual, you learning how to let things lie, you're learning how to just like let it be and allow it to be without trying to control or
Okay.
pursue. But see, your control is not like abrupt. Your control is like, checkmate. Like
Mhm.
it's
Yeah.
methodical, okay?
Yeah.
And and then the other couple things is that you have a thing called a Saturn. It's your negative side. It's the side that when you see this in other people, you're going to go, "Oh." And it's also the sign that you don't need to be with at all. So this is in Sagittarius. So this means number one, thinking that you know it all. I don't think we usually, us as women, by the time we hit about 30, we go, oh my God, I found myself. And it's because we're out of this. That's why. That's it. And so
Okay.
Sagittarius means settling down and putting down roots. Sagittarius means like you don't have to run all over the nation. You don't have to go and travel 4 times a year to feel whole. You don't have to go and move because remember, you're still bringing yourself with you. It also means too that you don't always have to tell everybody that you're number one or feel like you have to be number one to be number one. Like you
Mm,
are all the time. You are the head person of your whole life. The last two things is you have a thing called a Lilith. It's your negative side. This is your past life energy. This also means to me here that you were probably a woman in your past life as well. And with this, it probably means that you may have had like 4 or 5 or 6 kids, or maybe you were the person that care took for everybody. And so you were
mm,
raised maybe to try to like, you know, take care of people or make sure they're fine because your negative side, your past life energy is in Cancer. So this means you enabling or you saying, I'll take care of you. I'll do everything for you. I'll get everything done. Like you have to learn how to tell people to fuck off.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Another thing too is cancers and Liliths. What can happen here is that they end up getting like 10 dogs. They love noodles, they love fuzzy socks and Netflix, and their couch is their favorite thing. So this for me would mean that you, in order for you to get to the highest level of you, you need to not be complacent. You need to take action. And that is to be shown
Mm,
because your North Node, which is what your soul is trying to become, is in Aries, which is where my masculine side is, which is where my dominant side is. And so when you're talking to me and we're talking, we're activating that. So you're learning how to
yeah.
be. And Aries is very like, oh, off, Jason, you don't need to do that. Like they're all about like getting stuff done. And so you're
Yeah.
learning how to find the superpower inside that you can like push through and essentially become a little bit more narcissistic instead of selfless and
Yeah.
not narcissistic in a bad way, but you get what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah.
Okay. But this also means down the line, FY, that when you have this North Node in Aries, that you may attract men or fathers or uncles or whatever it is or anything like that that will try to come in and maybe they'll want to dominate the situation and you will want to possibly go into the submissive role because of your Cancer. But guess what? They were never dominant to begin with because the reason why they got to you is because they wanted to try to find it within themselves. So
Okay.
what will end up happening is it could be that they try to snuff out your light or you'll just feel like a little bit put upon, and that means you're
Yeah.
not supposed to be with that person.
Okay.
Mm,
I like
okay.
that. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's it. Yeah, you're great. That's the reason why. You are yeah, we have all the exact same signs, like the
I love
same
this.
grouping. It's really, really cool. And so right now you are in a relationship?
I am married,
Married.
over a decade. I
Yeah.
feel like like, man, don't know how I
Good.
found him. Fantastic. Everything that I didn't think that I would find, like every
Yes.
generational curse, he broke.
Good.
Yeah, it's good.
Good. Yeah.
It's good,
Well,
good, good.
that's
But every
that's all
other
that
man
matters.
is
I
not in my life, so
well, I know, and that's not, and so this also with like the whole, and that's what you need. You need a platform for somebody else because people, a lot of earth signs, they need somebody else that they can stand on and be there. Otherwise,
yeah.
and remember, you can take all that information and use it across the board from,
Yeah.
kids to work to wherever it is. It's that same situation replicated. I also want to let you know that the other day, I think 2 days ago, I was on live and I had somebody named Clyde show up in my brain. And I asked people about Clyde, and they go, I don't know. And I said, weird. And I opened up your appointment. I said, there's the fucking Clyde.
Oh, yay.
That's your Clyde. So just
I
stay with
love.
me. Let me
Okay.
let me vibe. Hold on. Who are you? Weird. I just want you to have a did you ever is that a dog or is that a cat? Hang on. What are you showing me? Somebody just showed me a dog in a flower costume, which I know makes absolute no sense. Um, spring. Do we have something to do with like a dog or a cat getting it in springtime? Or is there like a maybe like a birthday for an animal? Or did we lose
Um,
something in spring? Because flower for me means spring.
I wanna say yes. I think it was springtime that he passed.
Okay, okay, there's a
My
dog that
dog. Yeah.
really?
His name was Colonel Mustard, and he's my
It is a
favorite dog.
person's name!
Yeah. It's Clue is my favorite board game, and so Colonel Mustard, that was his name, and he my favorite dog of all time. I
Really?
yeah, he's that's still a really hard I think about him so often. So
He's here. Okay, okay.
much.
So I just this is I'm gonna show you exactly. So I'm in my head, and there's this dog that shows up, and how can I tell? Because it's like a dog shape. It's a shadow, and then all of a sudden it sits down, and they put themselves. Like back in the '80s when they would make the flower costumes that were all green with
Yeah.
like the like that.
Yeah.
But that's what he put on, and I go, "Oh, okay." And then they said person name. And I said, "Well, what is the person's name? What is that?" And he's talking about him. And because I've never heard Colonel Mustard before,
Yeah.
that would be a thing. And I would say he's here. Why? Tell me. He's groaning. Why are you groaning? Hold on. So I guess we were very sleepy, baby. Hang on. Tell me. Tell me. So I So he was w with you? With your husband? He knew your husband?
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Because he's talking about, like, attempting to lay on the bed, or he's trying to sleep on your bed.
Uh-huh.
And and I said, "Well, where are you at?" I said, "It's your favorite dog, so what year?" Like, my favorite dog, he never met my husband. And,
Yeah.
and he goes, "No, no, no. I get up with her in the morning. I lay on her bed." And he's talking about
Yeah. Yeah.
stretching
He
out.
would he would get in between us, and I was just his
Yes.
favorite, so he would get in between us, and he would push my
Push.
husband, or he would, nip him, and my husband would go, "Ow!" And he would, like, scooch in.
Yes, yes, because
He
he showed
was
me his little
my
legs.
guy. He was
I
my
know.
guy.
Well, and that's why
Oh.
he's here, and why? Tell me. Hold on. Where are you going? So every morning foodies, good. Okay, so we had fresh food going all the time then. So we didn't have like
Mhm.
an automatic feeder. You would get it for him.
Yeah.
Okay, good, good. I said, so what about food? How did it go? Are you waiting at the bowl for it to turn it? Because everybody has those now, except for me.
Yeah.
And she goes, no. And I hear you like baby talk him. So your dog is here right now. And come here, Colonel. Where'd you go? Hold on. Have you ever fostered? Wait, no. Hold on. Random question. I have no idea if this is in your house. Um, were you going to have 2 cats ever? Because you don't have them
We
right now, right?
No,
Yeah,
we growing up, we had 2 cats, but then
2
had to get
cats.
rid of them. Yeah.
'Cause that's why they're saying
Yeah.
temporary. I
Oh,
understand. Okay.
yeah.
That's why I said foster. I'm like, "Why are you temporary?" So they go like this. So there's 2 cats that are showing up, and they're sitting on, I can only surmise this is a windowsill because there's a window in my head. And they're talking about somebody coming up and going like this, but then they go, "Oh,
Oh.
only a little bit, only a little bit." And I go, "Okay, but they're hers." And so like they're here as well somewhere, but they're
Aw.
just talking about the 2 of them are together. So they're both dead and they're both together. And tell me, who are you? Mhm. There's somebody that said, "Hi, sweetheart." I think this is Clyde. And who are you, Clyde? Hang on. Oh. Is Clyde like going into like a grandfather-esque type of energy? Or like a
Yeah.
father-esque? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Because
grandfather.
he is. Okay, yeah, because he showed himself and he showed me older eyes. Just that's all he showed me, older eyes. And you can hear a little bit of a older voice, like a
Yeah.
frequency. And he's talking about just being around you quite a bit. I don't know who that was. Was Clyde? Don't let the name fool you. That's what he just said. Hang on. Who was Clyde? No. Who was the somebody keeps showing me decorated military, but I don't think Clyde was. Did you have another
No.
grandfather that
I
was
did, I had a great-grandfather who was
that was
decorated.
decorated
Well,
military?
I
Mm.
don't know if he was decorated actually, but he was in the military, yes.
He was. Okay, okay, so I'm gonna
Okay.
go with him just because they
Yeah.
just showed me a ribbon. So and I also
Okay.
know that the decorated thing, for me, that just means has a ribbon, but I know some
Okay.
people that means has the whole thing, so I don't think anybody's a general. I said, "Clyde," I said, "Is that you?" And he goes, "No, no, no." He says, "Another." He says, "He's here too." I go, "Oh, okay, well, that's good." And somebody was talking about how come here. Who? What are you doing? Where are you at? Do you have a, like, a I don't know if it's long, but is it like a semi-long hallway to, like, go to, like, your living room, or do you have to pass by another
Yeah.
bedroom to get down the hallway
Yeah,
or
we have
something?
a kind of a long entryway, yes. And
Oh,
there's
oh,
there's a
interesting.
dining room and then an office.
And then an office, and they're talking
Yeah.
about this long, and they like this, that's what they keep talking about. So they're in there for some reason.
Could that be Troy?
Possibly, yeah, absolutely. Why?
Because so when Troy was my biological father. I did
Mm,
not have a relationship with him though. He drank himself absolutely to death, like absolutely to death. I did not know that until I was an adult that he had passed away when I was maybe 13, 14. I can't remember the exact age, but I grew up thinking that he just didn't want me. And so there was a lot of trauma there. But I I remembered my mom took me over to meet him,
yeah.
and I was maybe 1 or 2, but I very vividly remember walking into their house, and it is a very long hallway.
Long hallway.
Yes, and there is a room, and that's where I was. I was in this room to the right, and I the kitchen was directly ahead. And
Really?
I told my mom this years later, and she was like, yeah, yeah, but you wouldn't have remembered that. You were so young. And I was like,
Yes,
no,
you
no, no.
do.
I was playing with kids. I was in there and I was happy and it was great. But I remember this
Mhm.
long hallway. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, that's what he keeps talking somebody and it's like, if I stand there, I mean,
And as a kid,
it's
you feel like it's
gi
even longer. So
huge.
when in my dreams, I'm just like, I can still picture it so vividly today, but it just felt like this really long, dark hallway.
And
Yeah.
I would have to say yes, just because that's not a thing. Because I asked my in my logical brain, I'm like, "Well, where is this at? Where does she live? Does she live in a high rise? Are we in an apartment? What is this?" And they keep saying, "No, no, no." And I'm like, "No house I've ever been in has, like, this long of a fucking hallway."
Yeah.
And so that would be why. So I'm gonna have to say that your grandfathers and great-grandfathers are stepping forward because not only that they love you, but they're also probably trying to bring in Troy that may be in a little bit of a lower vibrational state.
Yeah.
And so let's get in to him. Hold on, come here. And that long dark hallway, maybe a thing that maybe that's where he's at. So hold on. Let's see. Uh who? Interesting. He's a little upset at himself. Hold on. Says, hold on, baby. Weird. Why do you sound like Elvis Presley? Interesting. Hang on. Hold on. So he was still drinking at the time that he met your mom. He was still drinking.
Yes.
Ah. I said, "What caused you all the trauma? What caused you the drinking?" He says, "Ah, I was still drinking the time I met her mom." I go, "Okay." I said, "So, gotcha." And why? I guess she did. She tried to stop him or tried to get him to quit or tried to help him, but like he's not listening. And back then they didn't have, all the rehabs and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And I said,
They
"Did you
really
get your
didn't.
Yeah, he says, "No, no, no." He said, and he's not in California, apparently. I said, he says, "What do you think? We're in California?" I go, "Okay, so I guess that means you're not, because that was like the only place." He tell me why. Hold on. Why would you be living in that? He does say he had money once, but then he died like penniless, or he died like broken all the way.
I'm not sure.
Okay,
I'm not
okay,
sure of that. I mean, I could understand that probably because maybe
okay. It's okay. Yeah, he goes like this, but
Yeah.
he still had he didn't live in a trailer. Hang on, give me a second. Where? He doesn't want anybody to take him to the hospital. So do we know if he died in his home himself?
No, he did die in the
Weird.
hospital.
He did. He says, "Don't take me to the damn hospital. Don't take me to the damn hospital." And I go, "Oh," and he
Yeah,
says, "What do you think they're gonna do?" And I'm like, "Okay." And tell
yeah,
me, he's like upset a little bit. There is love, but there is love for you, but it's hard because he doesn't even like all the way love himself, you
yeah,
know? And so that's hard to
yeah,
express it for somebody else. So it's not within you, it's within
yeah.
him. So I don't want you to take that and like carry that with you. And uh, he's talking about how, "Oh, it's just him and your dog that are hanging out together. It's them 2." And I was like, "Well, okay, well that's a good pair." Hang on. He likes your husband. Hold on. And so when you and him met, you and your husband met, y'all were just like smitten with one another right off the bat?
Yeah, yeah, pretty much.
Okay, he I'm not saying that this is a thing, but the way that he showed me is like 2 Disney adults running together, which is just like smitten. I don't know why.
Yes, yeah.
Just happy as a clam. And he
Yeah,
says that, oh, they were perfect together. So he's taught, I bet he had something to do with like making y'all meet.
I always
Okay.
felt that. I always felt like he couldn't do anything else for me, so how
Hmm.
else do I get this lucky? Yeah, I
Yes,
always felt like that.
absolutely. Absolutely. And why, who are you telling? You have a kid? You do have a kid? You have
I
a kid?
do. Oh,
Oh,
he?
okay. No, you.
Oh, me? Yes.
Yeah, okay, hold on. He's because I hear somebody saying, "Do your homework," or like, "Let's check on your work," or like, "Let's do this." And so that for me, obviously, you're not talking to your husband. So this means that you'd be talking to your child. And tell me, who? You have a daughter too? There's a
3.
daughter? Oh my God. He says, "She's just sweet as sin." That's it. I go, "Oh, okay." And tell me, is she? Do you have one that's like around like 8?
Yeah, well, I have 12, 10. So, I mean, 8, 10,
10, 8's right in
and a
there. Okay.
6. Yeah,
And a 6. Oh, so kinda like averaging. Okay. I said,
yeah.
how old are your kids?" And one says, "Oh, he's right or she's right around your son's age, but a little bit younger." So my son is 11.
Oh,
And
yeah,
so I guess 10 would work too, but I went further with 8.
yeah.
Because it just kind of all felt like in that area. And he's talking about how he really likes to hang out with the middle one. I don't know why the middle one. I don't know what's going on. Is there some sort of hold on. Riley May. Riley, what are you saying? Does somebody have an interesting name? Like something, no, nobody has something, something May or something, something Anne. Does
I
anybody have
have
that?
uh, Monroe Faye.
Who's that? Is that a daughter?
That's my oldest, yes.
Faye. Oh, I
Faye
didn't
is her
even
middle
know.
name, which actually she was named after,
Sure.
Wanda on my list too, yeah. Yeah.
Somebody was talking about how this name was named after somebody, and they
Yeah,
go, "Oh, so and so," and then I come out, I've never heard of Faye, but like May, and I'm like, "Who is that?" So that's the
yeah,
oldest. So they're talking about
Faye,
that. Okay, yeah, they're all
yeah,
here. Hold on, your dad's a little bit heavier, not too much though. I think obviously he's been kind of helping you out, and so he's getting his little lucky stars up. Apparently Wanda is
yeah,
here as well. That's going to be the one that made the mention of the name and the person and putting
yeah.
their name in my head. And tell me, oh, hold on, why? Wanda just adores the shit out of you. Um, hold on. Just like the biggest, like, oh, let me come up and let me give you a hug and let me give you a kiss and let me do that. And she could be,
Yeah.
she's a good person, but she's tough. She's very tough in a good way. Hold on. Tell me. Was she, like, unable to understand at the very end what was going on with her? I don't think that she what is that? She says, "I didn't know what the hell was going on with me." I said, "Oh."
Dementia, and it was rough. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was rough.
she
Graham was
knows.
gone a lot longer than before she was actually gone. Yeah.
She said, "I didn't know what the hell was going on with me at the end." She says, "But tell him I'm
So
fine now." Okay? So, she's definitely here. She does love you, she appreciates you, and she's very happy that she's
mm,
around all the time. Why? Tell me. Hold on. Oh, are they? Do you have a picture of, like, you sitting on the ground with your 3 kids and your husband
probably,
or something?
yeah, we did a photo shoot,
Yeah.
yeah, where we were all sitting on the ground, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, she just showed you. And then boop, 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 and then she has your hair, I guess, down maybe in that one. I don't know why.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's just talking about how I think she loves it, she likes it, she sees you, she sees your family. Hold on. What's Thanksgiving about? Why are you showing me a turkey? Um, hold on. Do we have anybody named Tom?
no,
Oh,
Tim,
Tim. Oh, who's Tim? Who is that?
hold on, because I didn't put him on the list,
It's okay.
um, but I lately, because you book this session a year in
I
advance,
know. Yeah.
and I lately was like, I all day, I've been like, "Tim, Tim, Tim, I need you." He's my uncle,
Oh,
and I don't need him for me, I need him for my mom, uh, and so I was
that's
like, "Ugh, he needs she needs you, she needs you, she needs you," and so I'm just like and so oh, man. Yeah,
uh-huh, yeah. Somebody said they put a turkey in my head, and I said Thanksgiving, and then they said Turkey Tom, and then I said Tom, and then they go Tom. Talk about that, and I was like, okay,
yeah,
so Tom, that's Tim, and
Tim.
they're saying, tell me. So I don't think so. Your mom didn't get to say goodbye to him, really? Like she didn't get to have, yeah. He says, tell her, he says, tell her mom, stop worrying or stop, free. He says, I love her. I'm with her. No, she didn't get to say goodbye to me, but that's fine. I'm here.
Yeah,
Like
that
that.
sounds like him.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's fine. I don't know exactly what happened to him, but he literally is around your mom more than you think. Like I would even
Good,
say because he shows up and because he's talking like that would be one of her guides.
good,
Okay,
good, she's
okay.
in need, yeah, good, good.
I know, and why? Hold on. Does she have like regrets about like oh if she could have done more for him or like blah 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 all that?
Um Probably I think she's still mad at him because he's not here
That's
and she is, and he was her rock and her
everything.
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 Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. He goes like this. He says, like, we couldn't have done anything else together. Or it couldn't have gone longer together, or like something like that. Or we
Yeah.
couldn't have done more together. And he says, but I'm here. Like, I'm here now. And he says, like, tell her to like allow that to let that go. And who? Hold on. Who? One of your daughter's birthday is like coming up? Or what is
Mhm.
up with that? Yeah. He
Yeah.
says, focus on one of my nieces' birthdays. It's coming up. He says, do that. He says, I'll be there. I go, "Oh, okay. I'll tell her about that." So he's like saying happy early birthday to that.
Oh,
Okay.
cute. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Super, super cute. So this is what I want you to do. I do have to run to my next session because I looked
Yeah,
at my
yeah.
time. Otherwise, you're gonna be mad. If you need me again, let me know. I will find a time to fit you because obviously there's a lot. Maybe I can find a time to put you on like one of my days that I do makeup sessions when people like miss. And so I have
Yeah.
to do another one. So if you need me, let me know. That's recorded. Don't tell anybody. That's just something here. But this is what
Yeah.
I want you to do. I want you to take
Okay.
a couple minutes. I want you to have a good breather, a good ugly cry. And if you need me, you let me know. And the other thing is I will send this recording to you tomorrow morning. Okay?
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay. I
Future
love you, my
me
friend.
is good.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Good. Good.
Yes.
Good. Good.
Yeah, you are good. You are exactly where you need to be and you will be
Okay.
fine. And it doesn't feel like anything's happened to your kids. Like believe me, it
No.
doesn't feel like
Okay, good.
tragedy strikes. And like it honestly feels like your husband is going to get quite old and lose most of his hair and that's okay too, right?
Love it. Good.
Exactly.
Yes.
So enjoy it.
Bring that.
Okay?
Good.
I love you, my
Thank
friend.
you. I love
You're
you. Thank
welcome.
you.